I've made a couple of videos where I use an AI image generator to come up with new Animal Crossing villager ideas and then I implement it into the game, and the concepts are always pretty interesting. I've decided to do something pretty similar, but this time I want to have a little bit more creative freedom, so we're going to be using ChatGPT to describe a villager and then I have to work off of that description. Basically, I tell the AI to come up with an original Animal Crossing villager. Sometimes I have to specify the species, and then it spits back out some details for me, sometimes about the appearance, sometimes about just completely random stuff. It really just varies. The first villager idea that I got that was usable was an Animal Crossing goat villager named Gwendolyn. The AI states that Gwendolyn is a graceful and refined goat villager known for her regal appearance and sophisticated demeanor. She stands at a medium height with a slender build, which is information that we don't really need, but I guess it's better to have it than not have it. Her soft, plushy fur is a pristine shade of ivory, creating a beautiful contrast against her dark ebony hooves and stunning curved horns. This is a pretty good starting off point. Ivory is not really a color that you see in too many Animal Crossing villagers. I think the closest that we get is Marshall, but even so, he's a little bit more white than ivory. That also probably would contrast pretty well with a dark color on the hooves and the horns, so far we're doing pretty well. Gwendolyn's eyes are large and expressive, showcasing a deep shade of sapphire blue that sparkles with wisdom and charm. Above her eyes, she has thin, delicate eyebrows that arch gracefully, giving her a perpetual look of subtle curiosity. This is where the AI starts to lose me a little bit. The blue color I don't think is going to work super well with a yellowish white and black, but we'll just have to see how it ends up. I did ask the AI to go into more detail about the shape of her eyes, to which it said they are almond-shaped with a gentle curve that starts from the inner corner and extends outward, slightly tapering towards the outer corner. The upper eyelid gently arches above the eye, giving her a soft and serene expression. Now, the way that I see that is something that's very relaxed, so I'm gonna have the eyelids drooping just a little bit, but not so much that it looks sleepy. This villager also has eyelashes and eyebrows, which is making me a little bit nervous because I feel like we're gonna make our way into looking too much like a human territory. At first, the AI said that this villager's hair went down its back and reached its shoulders, but I had to specify that that is not something that villagers can have, so it said that it was an intricate updo that had some curls and it was slightly light in color. I didn't really know even how to get it like that, so I just kind of did my own thing there. The AI really isn't thinking in terms of Animal Crossing villagers, it's just thinking in terms of hair, which normally you could have go down your back, but Animal Crossing hair is almost like painted onto the villager usually. So this is what I got and created based off of the description that the AI gave. Really, I think it could be a lot worse, but it is very, very basic. I really like a lot of the colors other than the eye. I think the eye should have just been a straight black color instead of that sapphire blue that it says, and I think I would get rid of the eyebrows. The eyelashes look pretty good, but the eyebrows make things just look weird for some reason. The hair also just does not show up. The description says that it was a lighter shade than her body, but when you look at it, that's just white, and it doesn't show up unless you're really close. So maybe changing the color of that to something more yellow as opposed to something lighter than her body would work well. I've got to say, I really do like those black horns. I think it complements that yellowish white really well. My main gripe, like I said, are those blue eyes. I think they should just be a regular black color, and that would probably make this a pretty good looking villager. I also don't really know why. I think this is probably my fault, but the villager, when I look at it, looks kind of like the green M&M, and I don't like that. I don't want this villager to look like the green M&M. But yeah, that's Gwendolyn the goat. After that, the AI gave me an idea for a cat named Magnus. Right off the bat, this one seemed like it was going to be cool because it described its personality as wise and mysterious, so I felt like that could lead to some really interesting looks. Magnus is an enigmatic and wise cat villager known for his mystical aura and captivating presence. He has a sleek and slender body, with a graceful posture exuding an air of elegance and grace. His fur is a deep, midnight black accentuated by subtle hints of indigo shimmer that glimmer in the sunlight. I don't really have any way to change the way that the fur looks in sunlight, so instead I'm going to put those hints of indigo in things like the ears and the tips of the arms and legs. That's really as close as I can get to what the AI is attempting to describe. Magnus's eyes are his most striking feature. They are almond-shaped and possess a mesmerizing intensity, glowing with a mysterious shade of amethyst purple. The pupils are vertically slit, adding to the feline allure and giving him an all-seeing gaze. So far, I'm really liking the concept a lot. I think the purple and the black are going to work really well together. At first, I thought that it was going to look a bit too much like Kiki the villager, but I think with having all those purples in there, it is going to differentiate it a lot. I'm also noticing that the AI has only described eyes as almond shaped so far, and the colors are always based off of like a gemstone. So last time we had sapphire, and this time we have amethyst. So I'm not really sure if that's gonna keep going from here on out, but that's just something that I'm noticing so far. The area around his eyes is adorned with delicate patterns resembling intricate constellations, further emphasizing his mystical nature. This idea is super cool. Having a constellation idea going around the eyes is really nice. However, in practice, that's just not going to work too well. There's probably a better way to do it, but I'm making 4 of these, so I'm not going to go too hard on it. I think what I'm going to do is make the eyebrows look kind of like constellations. That's really the only way that I can think of right now to make it not stand out too much and look like it's still a part of the face as opposed to being distracting. The AI made sure to specify that the mouth was not the most prominent feature and that it was a delicate shade of pale pink and had a slight smile. Looking at this one in game, I think it has a lot of potential, but I don't think that it looks very good right now. I think the main issue is those constellations. I think I should have changed the color to something more like gold as opposed to that bright white, because it's more distracting than it is if it was something else. I would also try to make it blend in a little bit more with the rest of the face, maybe not even have it be eyebrows and just have it go around the eyes very subtly, almost to the point where you couldn't see it. But yeah, right now it's just not the best. With that being said, I do like the idea of a purple and black cat. Right now we only have one black cat in the game, which is Kiki, and she's pretty generic looking. Having a black cat with more mystical elements and something that helps it stand out a little bit more would be a great addition to the cat species. Next up, we have an idea for a falcon villager, which I'm going to be doing as an eagle villager because I've been having to go back and forth. It thinks that a firefly is a type of villager that I can make, and the falcon's going to be as close as I can get. This villager's name is Zephyr, which right off the bat I really love, and is described as an adventurous and free-spirited falcon known for soaring through the skies with grace and daring. He has a lean and agile body, so keep that in mind, it's not slender, covered in sleek feathers that shimmer with a mix of deep sapphire blue and silver gray hues. I don't know if you're picking up on the pattern or not, but once again, it is describing the blue color as sapphire. I don't know why. I think it just wants to be as descriptive as possible, but it seems like it can only base things off of gemstones. And the AI must have really wanted to prove my point because it goes on in the next paragraph to say, Zephyr's eyes are sharp and piercing, resembling polished emeralds that captivate and intrigue. They convey a sense of focus and determination, always surveying his surroundings with keen awareness. His eyebrows are arched, adding to his intense gaze and highlighting his strong and determined nature. The way I'm seeing this is very angular eyes, something that looks very sharp. I mean, what you would imagine whenever you think of a falcon. So far, the idea is actually really nice. I like the idea of blue and silver being the color combination. I don't think that the green eyes are going to look that great, but that's not the biggest deal. Unfortunately, right after that, the AI said this. Atop his head, he boasts a striking crest of feathers that resemble the rays of the sun with vibrant shades of gold and orange. I can't imagine gold and orange clashing well with blue and silver, but I guess we'll just have to see how it looks. It's bad. I'm a big fan of the shape of the eyes, and the green color actually does not clash as bad as I thought, though maybe I'm just looking at the other colors clashing and thinking that it's not as bad. The AI said that the beak looked like it was almost metallic at the end, which I like. I think that idea is pretty interesting, and there's no other eagle villagers with black beaks, just purely black and like gray beaks, so I think that makes it pretty unique. The AI also said that he often wears a flowing, lightweight cloak that mimics the patterns of the sky at sunset with a gradient of warm oranges and fiery reds. I just put him in an orange shirt, which kind of helps a little bit with those colors clashing up near the top of the head, but really, I think that it should stay closer to those blue and darker tones. Honestly, clean up the top colors of the head, change the eye color maybe, and you'd probably have a villager that would do fine within the eagle species. Finally, the AI gave an idea for a duck villager named Quill, which is a little bit too close to Quilson, but that's fine. I wasn't too excited for this one because the AI explained that the color combinations were teal, royal blue, sunny yellow, and fiery orange, which just seemed like it was going to work horribly. However, the AI got a little bit more creative, and it mentioned that this villager was an artist, so my first thought was kind of that it had paint splatters all over it, and that's why there were so many different colors going on. It explains that he often wears a vibrant artistic smock splattered with bright paint colors showcasing his creative endeavors. His outfit is completed with a pair of mismatched socks, one with bold stripes and the other adorned with polka dots. To me, that gives a pretty good excuse that paint would be covered all over this villager, and that idea in general is really cool. I'm surprised that we don't have an artist-type villager that is covered in paint like that. I did want to spread out the colors a little bit more, but the AI specifically said that the royal blue color was on the head, and the wings had the yellow and the orange, so I couldn't go too far. A If I was able to do it how I want, I would use probably all colors of the rainbow and just put them wherever. It goes on to say that he has yellow eyes and thick eyebrows, which is just making me think a lot of Joey. I'm not really sure how yellow golden eyes are going to look, but we'll see. Here he is in game. Not the worst, I don't think, but the eyes are really not good. But I think a lot of that, to be honest, is on me. The paint splotches on the arms are kind of covered up, so you can't see those, and I probably should have gone a little bit bigger with the paint splotches all over the face. And like I said, I wanted to do a couple more colors than just that blue, because it doesn't look quite right with just those blue. But I think the concept is really nice. This idea has a lot of charm to it, especially with those mismatched socks. I think that's a really cute addition that I know I for sure would not have thought of. I think this video shows that the AI can help in coming up with ideas, but I don't think it should be the sole proprietor of the idea. I assume that the AI is looking at things very individual, so the eyes are this one random color that I chose, and the body is another random color that I chose, and it all just kind of puts it all together and spits it out. AI's best use is as a supplemental tool that allows you to work off of it and bounce ideas back and forth. It's been said quite a bit, but AI cannot really capture that heart or that human nature that most people have whenever they're creating art, and I think that goes to show here. These villagers look like Animal Crossing villagers, but they don't look quite right. Some of that is probably my poor artistic skills, but I think a lot of it comes down to colors and the way that color theory works into things and just design in general. It's just, the AI just doesn't know what to do with all of that stuff. I think this was a fun experiment to at least try out and see what the results are. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video, subscribe if you want, and other than that, I will see you in the next one.